March the 16th, 2025 will go down as a historic day for the Rona sailing project, for on this day a skipper training yacht was added to the fleet. The yacht was to be christened James Myatt in a naming ceremony at Universal Marina on the River Hamble, the home of the Rona sailing project. Many of those present had had the pleasure of sailing with James Myatt, the man, over many years and were testament to his love of the sea. James was born in 1931 and found enjoyment in sailing as a teenager at the Sea Scouts in Leigh-on-Sea, Essex. But it was the army that he joined as a cadet and completed training at the Royal Military College in Sandhurst. His army career lasted from 1950 to 1978, in which time he visited many parts of the world and rose to the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. Those in the sailing community will remember him more for his boundless energy, enthusiasm and optimism, as well as his work to establish sail training schemes in the UK. Working with others and the Royal Yachting Association, he helped establish a 4-level certification scheme and held the Offshore Yachtmaster Certificate of Competence number 0001. After his untimely death, aged just 51, his family set up the James Myatt Trust to help young people gain the experience of sailing. The final act of the trust was to finance the purchase of this yacht that now bears James's name for the Rona sailing project. It will be used to train future skippers. A fitting epitaph for a man who always encouraged others to exceed their expectations and believe in themselves. The yacht is a Moody 36, ideally suited for skipper training. Those who've sailed in them commend their seaworthiness, reliability and ability to cover distance with ease. It is also a great yacht in which to master manoeuvring skills. And if all that has left the student skipper somewhat stressed out, the modern below-deck cabin environment gives them a well-organised space to decompress and prepare for their next challenge. The preparation of the James Myatt for its naming ceremony took a lot of work and involved volunteers from all parts of the Rona sailing project. It of course included the office and boatyard staff, skippers and volunteers, and there were many who gave their time and expertise to make the yacht and the day such a special event. During the morning, the hangar was a hive of activity as refreshments were prepared for after the naming ceremony. The weather had been kind with beautiful blue skies, though there was a stiff cold wind that kept flags straining at their stays and the guests very well wrapped up. With guests and members of the Myatt family assembled on the pontoon, plus crews from the charity's other boats looking on, it was time for the naming ceremony.
I name this young James Myatt. God bless her and all who sail on her.
Hooray!
When Britain's first advance command arose from out the azure main, arose from out the azure main. This was the charter of the land, and guardian angels sang this strain. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves, and Britons never, never, never shall be slain. Well done!
With the ceremony over, it was time for those who had not seen the James Myatt yet to have a look around and grab a photo or two to remember the day. The celebrations continued back at Hangar 1A as the guests enjoyed the sumptuous lunch that had been prepared for them earlier. With everybody suitably refreshed, it was time to charge the champagne glasses, ready for the speeches.
Yes, I say a very, very special day for the Roller Sailing Project. We're delighted to welcome here Colonel Billy King Harmon with the trustees of the James Myatt Trust, and Fiona de Fontblanc and the Myatt family. Welcome to you all. Thank you very much for being here today. We are, of course, beyond grateful for the extreme generosity of the Trust and the family in providing the funds to obtain and commission our magnificent new training yacht, which we've all just seen. A lovely Moody 36. She's fully project prepared, pretty well coded, and next week is going to set off on her sail training career. All that was missing was a name, and we're very grateful to Fiona for rectifying that this afternoon. James Myatt is one of a very few people who I'd never met, but really, really wish I had. And I know there are quite a few people here who were lucky enough to have known him and sailed with him. In fact, I'd have a show of hands. Who knew James and sailed? Oh, quite a lot. That is lovely. I don't propose to go through his many astonishing achievements, because otherwise we'll be here for the rest of the week. But I would mention there are some booklets floating around which are well worth a look if you get, which tell a remarkable tale, and likely you might have to read it twice because it's almost incredible the first time around when you read it. But it is the story of a giant of early sail training, a highly regarded and respected project skipper and trustee, and one who, at the request of the RYA, with another project skipper, was instrumental in the introduction of the Proficiency Certification Scheme, which is a scheme which was adopted first by the project and then by the RYA to ensure proper certification of the various levels of trainers, which are so central to what we do and indeed what the whole sail training community does. James's own offshore yacht master certificate number was 0001. So he was at the forefront, of the development of sail training, from, just going to sea and doing it really, how it started, to the properly organized and responsible system. And it is wonderful to us and very appropriate that the boat bearing his name will now play a hugely important part in the project's training and certification and assistance program. So yes, this is a great day for the project and a great cause for celebration. And what a celebration. Many, many congratulations to Sarah, I would say, and her team. And to her squad of volunteers and press gangies, if that's a word, for making this occasion so special and for organising the weather so beautifully. And we also have to give thanks to an anonymous, generous donor, somebody who knew James, who wishes to go known as, for providing today's refreshments. So thank you, anonymous donor. I would fully expect James Myatt to succeed as her predecessor's reputation of being just about the best known and hardest working boat in and around the Solent. She's already solidly booked up for the whole of this year. The waiting list is round the block. And we wish all and all those who sail in her, really every success and enjoyment. So, with renewed thanks to the Myatt Trust and the Myatt family. Ladies and gentlemen, James Myatt the man and James Myatt the boat.
Good
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you can hear me. My name is Billy King-Harman, and I'm one of the few people who did know James. I got asked to leave school early for reasons which I won't mention today. But after I did leave school, I jumped onto the Queen Elizabeth I liner, Southampton, Le Havre to New York, with my parents, who went on down to Washington, where he went to work in the Pentagon, and I took a train up to Boston and jumped on a yacht called Tawau. This is the summer of 1964, the last leg of the tall ships race. The afterguard consisted of James Myatt, John Hamilton, and Robin Duchesne. I was a young boy, and the rest of the crew, with the age between 18 and 21, came from the East End of London. It was the beginning of a new life for me. But it was James who was the skipper of the yacht. He was a gunner. At the end of that trip, I was asked to go to Sandhurst, and I left the army 36 years later. And James has been the most fantastic person in my personal life. And when he died, and I saw him a week before he did die, I was asked to get involved in the trust. I wasn't able to do so for about 20 years, but when I came back from abroad in 1998, I was asked to become a trustee and subsequently became a chairman. Now, the trust, as you know, has been going for 36 years. There is one person, a rock, who has kept the trust going from the day it started to the day today, and it's you, Janet. Thank you so much. You have looked after a whole lot of trustees who didn't know what they were doing, and chairman who knew even less. Thank you very much indeed, and I've got a small gift for you, which I'll give to you right now.
The event was rounded out by one more rendition of Rule Britannia by the Rona Shanty Singers, a fitting end to such a memorable day.
Britannia rules the waves. Britain never, never, never shall be slaves. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Britain never, never, never shall be slaves. We're singing this because that's what James used to sing to us. Hooray!